So next, coming up to the stage, this is her first time at our show, and she is new to Atlanta. She's been doing comedy out in LA for many years, and she just moved to Atlanta, and we are super glad to have her as a new part of the Atlanta comedy family. Oh, isn't that sweet? We're all family here. So please give a warm welcome, especially her mom who's here. You gotta clap a lot. Give it up for Casey Navarro.
That reference is too outdated for you. This next one will be too. What's up? Excuse me. I don't smoke, but I started wearing the patch. Just so people would be like, hey, she has goals. I think it's really American to stand up during the national anthem and put your hand over your heart. I think it's more American if you don't know which side your heart is on. Happy 4th of July. I have no idea. I never wear a life vest because if I'm gonna die, I don't want to look like a fucking nerd. Do you guys ever have thoughts that you would never say out loud?
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Like, I like to drive home. Or I just took a shittier party and it wouldn't flush. So I scooped it out with a paper towel. Put it in the trash. Those are hypotheticals. They're just, I wrote it for the joke. I don't get invited to parties, okay? I think the worst thing anyone's ever said about me was, wow, that girl looks like she believes in the Bible. I'm kidding. One time my mom called me a honky tonk hoe. I was like 12. If you guys couldn't tell by my hat, I'm thriving. Okay? Okay. You know, it's been a rough few years for everybody, but a lot of good things happened for me, okay? I learned how to cook. I started growing out my horrible pixie cut. Yeah, whoever told me I could pull that off is an asshole. And I met someone on Hinge. Yeah, I found love in a COVID place. And if you're wondering what it's like to meet someone online and then move in with them after just 3 short months, it's kind of like going to a Dollar General and seeing one of those mystery grab bags. And being like, that looks like fun. I think I'm going to take that home and see what's inside. So you do. You do. And there's a lot of stuff in there you like, okay? He plays guitar, writes poetry, dabbles in the stocks, why not? And then there's a few weird erasers you don't quite know what to do with. Like kisses his mom on the mouth. Or reads tarot cards for a living. That's not good. Okay, but if we have kids, I think that'll be fun, you know? Like, the kid comes to me and is like, Mom, can I go to Sarah's? And I'm like, I don't know, go ask your dad. And Dad's like, I don't know, let's ask the cards. Just think that'll be a fun way to parent. Spoiler alert, I did break up with him in November. Yeah, I knew it was over when he started choking in our 1-bedroom apartment in LA, and I did nothing. Okay? So that was a sign for me. Wow. Okay. Also, as a psychic medium, I feel like you should have seen that coming. But you didn't. Okay, so I'm single again, fine. Back on the apps, that sucks. It sucks a lot because guys like to do a fun thing on the apps where they post a picture of every decade they've ever lived. Yeah, and then we get to guess which one's gonna show up to the Hobnob in Brookhaven. like, oh, where do you live and what's your fetish? You know, too soon to ask that. Theirs is to lick my butthole. Mine is, I know, mine is so gross. I can't believe I'm going to say it in front of my parents. But I really like it when the guy sticks around. So that's just, I know it's gross, but that's just kind of what I'm into. You know, we give restaurants 5 stars, but how many stars do we give ourselves? It's not a joke. 3, okay. You should give yourself more. Have you guys seen that movie Soul on Disney? Yeah, beautiful film. Whether you smoke weed or not, really great animation. I saw that movie and I realized that my spark is sleeping with men who don't deserve me. So speaking of my ex, he used to say really sweet things, okay? Like, one time I asked him to name 3 women who he thought were prettier than me. You know, thinking he'd name celebrities or something. But he said the sweetest thing, he said, you in a year, you in 10 years, you know, you in 20 years. Really sweet, yeah. This is the same man who told me that the only constant in all of my failed relationships is me. Fuck them, okay? Fuck them. I don't live there anymore. I moved here, okay? I live in Atlanta, and it's great. I like Atlanta. I like riding the MARTA. Really fun. I love your announcement. There's so many things on every stop. There's so many things. You know, it's like next stop, High Museum of Art, City Hall, Lions Theater, a family of 4, a single shoe, and unfulfilled dreams. It's fun. You know, a Krabby Patty is a character on SpongeBob, but it's also how I would describe my pussy. It rained today. I love it when it rains because it means other people's plans are ruined. And on my wedding night, I'm going to whisper in my dad's ear, this is the goal of mine. I got to get married just to do that. Have you guys ever had sex so good that you had to write poetry about it? Anybody? Just me? Mark? Okay. I have with the ex. One night we were having sex and it was good. Okay, he was sober our whole relationship. Boo, boring. So sometimes I would take like an edible in secret. That could be why the sex was so good to me. Anyways, we were having sex, it was good. He heard a noise outside and he wanted to stop the sex and go shut the window. But I screamed, no, don't stop! Like an addict, like a dick addict. And my reaction was so abrupt for him that he started laughing. And then I started laughing because I was high. And then he lost his boner, I never came, and we broke up. That was the night we broke up. Yeah. So we broke up like the week before Thanksgiving, and unfortunately I had already purchased tickets to go to Christmas in Chicago to see his family. I bought the tickets because he was a psychic medium, so he didn't have any money, okay? So I canceled the flights, obviously, after the breakup, and I tried to get a refund, and they gave me back my ticket, but they wouldn't give me back his because the ticket was in his name, okay? So I committed a felony, and I'm not proud of this, but I told Southwest that my ex died, okay? I made a fake obituary. I made a Memorial Day flyer on Canva, just a picture of him at a park in black and white with some text. And then I signed an email to Southwest. If I can't get the miles back, it's okay, because losing him was worse than losing the miles. Not proud. I'm not proud. I'm not proud of it. The minute I sent it, I felt very bad, and I wanted to call them back and say, just kidding. But I did get my $600 credit back. Okay? So I think that's okay. Recently, I discovered the new lowest form of rejection. I offered to help someone move, and they said no thanks. I wish that was made up, but it's not. I'm still trying to figure out why the last guy ghosted me that I was dating, and I don't think it could have anything to do with the fact that after the first time we made love, I played God Bless the Broken Road by Rascal Flatts. It just couldn't be related to that. My standards are pretty low. I once dated a pirate. Well, he wasn't a pirate, but he had a lazy eye. And he worked on a barge. And he did have to wear an eye patch for 2 weeks because he got pink eye from eating this booty. I'm kidding. That's not real. That's not real. That's just for me, that joke. What can I say? I'm a honky-tonk fellow. What does that mean? My bush is so full though that my dog barks at it. I've been alone so long, so lonely. Sometimes I take NyQuil recreationally, just right before bed. And then I sleep with a can of Campbell's soup on the small of my back, and I pretend it's a semi, just to feel a little less alone. You guys, my sister's here. Yeah. She won Best Oralist in college for law. It was a law competition. Get your mind out the gutter, okay? She's a lawyer. She married a doctor. Cool. My little sister got married before me, so she wins. But I got HPV first, so it's not a competition, okay? She also just had a beautiful baby boy, okay? So I'm a first-time aunt, part-time nanny. Yeah, I'm like Mary Poppins, except the only thing in my bag is pharmaceuticals, condoms, and lottery tickets. I also feel like they're gonna fire me because apparently I'm not allowed to breastfeed the baby on my own. That's frowned upon. And I've been asked to stop whispering, "I'm your real mom," in his ear. I'm just trying to help out. I do want my own kids someday. I want my Instagram feed to be filled with pictures of my kids and not pictures of my meals. Okay? That's just a goal of mine. I also want to do this fun inside joke where I teach my own kids how to count wrong. I just think that would be fun. Like, they go to kindergarten and they're like 1, 3, 5, and it just bites them in the ass. I just think that would be fun. Whatever. Last weekend I went to my best friend's baby party for her son turned 1, and he is hot. That baby is good looking, so much so that I think I'm gonna wait for him. Okay. I'm also hotter than I was a few years ago. I lost 70 pounds. Thank you. Yes. Okay, I put in this first. It's not like so much so that if I talk to your husband at the bar while you're in the bathroom, you're worried. But it's better, okay? The hair's grown out, 70 pounds less. I look a little less like Andy Milanakis, which is good. But I hate that I can't do my old weight shame jokes. Like, I'm one exorcism away from my goal weight. That was always fun. Or if I wore a romper, it would just be a large tent that I closed off in the front with a chip clip. Now rompers fit fine. The worst is if I see myself in a reflective surface like this I don't know, bourbon thing, I immediately come, okay? And I do not wear underwear, so it's just a mess. But to be hot, you have to like work out. So I run. I did the Peachtree race, okay? Yeah, so I run, and I was running outside the other day, and a man in his car whistled at me. Baby's first cat call, okay? Very cool. I ignored it, I turned the corner, but this car also turned the corner, and then he pulled over, and leaned across, opened the passenger door, and whistled at me again. So naturally, I started to approach the vehicle, because I'm thirsty as fuck. But right before I could get into this 2007 Toyota Prius, a small toy dog ran in front of me and got in his owner's car. So, wrong bitch. Okay, I think that's it for me. Thank you guys so much. Give it up for Craig and Amy.
All right, give it up for Casey Navarro. Yes. Thank you very much, Casey, for doing the show. Thank you all for coming. We have one more terrific